Are you ready for a story that will grip your heart and never let go? Welcome back to Real Life Stories. Imagine discovering a message on your spouse's phone, a message that shatters your world and leaves you questioning everything you thought you knew. This is the story of one man's journey through the wreckage of betrayal. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our captivating tales. Now let's move on to the story. The moment I saw the text message on her phone, which she had left on the table and went to take a shower, my world tilted on its axis. It was as if someone had taken a wrecking ball to my life, swinging with all their might and leaving nothing but rubble in its wake. I couldn't believe it. How could she? How could she do this to me? My heart shattered into a million pieces, and a cold, numbing fear settled deep in my gut as I began to read the words she'd so carelessly typed onto the screen. "I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm so in love with you." Those words, they seemed to echo through my mind, repeating endlessly as if they were some sort of cruel joke. I tried to steady my breath as I continued to read, my vision blurring with tears I couldn't hold back. "I want to be with you, always," the message went on, detailing their plans, their desires, their love for one another. And it wasn't even meant for me. It was meant for him, from my wife, my best friend, my everything. I felt as if I was drowning in a sea of despair, unable to catch my breath as the weight of betrayal crushed my chest. How could she do this to us? How could she throw away everything we had, everything we had built together? It didn't make sense. It was incomprehensible. It was unforgivable. With shaking hands, I switched off her phone and threw it across the room, the sound of shattering glass filling the air. The pain was unbearable, and I found myself curled up into a ball on the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. My world had been turned upside down, and I didn't know if I could ever find my way back to the person I once was, the person I thought I loved so much. As the hours turned into days, the hurt only seemed to intensify. Every time I looked at her, I saw the lies in her eyes. Every time she touched me, I felt the distance between us grow. I knew that I had to confront her, to make her explain why she had done this to us. But the thought of hearing those words, of seeing the truth written across her face, was almost more than I could bear. I finally mustered the courage to broach the subject one night as we lay in bed, the faint light from the moon casting eerie shadows across our bedroom. My voice trembled as I asked her point blank if there was someone else. She tried to deny it at first, but I could see the guilt in her expression, the way she averted her eyes. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I never meant for any of this to happen." Her words were like a dagger to my heart, twisting and turning with each syllable. I felt myself losing control, the anger and hurt rising up within me like a volcano about to erupt. "Then why?" I demanded. "Why did you do it?" She looked away, unable to meet my gaze, and I knew then that there was no coming back from this. The trust was gone, the love was gone, and with it, a part of me died. I rolled over, turning my back to her, and in that moment, I knew that our marriage was over. The weeks that followed were a blur of tears, accusations, and empty promises. We tried to salvage what was left of our relationship, but the damage was too great, the wounds too deep. Eventually, I moved out, unable to continue living in the same house as the woman who had betrayed me so deeply. Time passed, and I began to heal, to piece together the shattered fragments of my life. I met someone new, someone who treated me with love and respect I thought I'd lost forever. Slowly, I started to feel whole again. But there was always a part of me that would never forget what had happened, what she had done. I couldn't help but wonder if she ever regretted it, if she ever thought about me and our life together when she lay awake at night. The thought of her happiness in the face of my pain was almost unbearable, but I knew that I had to let go, to move on. And so I did. I built a new life for myself, surrounded by people who loved and supported me, and tried my best to forget the woman who had once been my everything. But no matter how much time passed, no matter how much I tried to convince myself otherwise, I knew that a part of me would always belong to her. And as long as that was the case, there would always be a piece of my heart that was forever hers. Time went by and I received an invitation to her wedding. I wasn't sure if I should go or not, but curiosity got the better of me. As I stood beside her as she exchanged vows with another man, I couldn't help but feel a pang of jealousy mixed with an overwhelming sense of loss. It was then that I realized that my love for her had never truly died, tethered to the memory of the love we once shared. Time passed and my life continued to unfold in ways I never could have imagined. I met new people, traveled the world and built a successful career. But no matter where I went or what I had, the ghost of my past always seemed to follow close behind. There were moments when the pain would become almost unbearable, when I would find myself curled up in bed, sobbing into the pillow, wishing things could be different. And then, one day, out of the blue, I received a letter from her. She apologized for everything she had done, for the pain she had caused, for the love she had thrown away. She told me that she had never stopped loving me, that every day was a struggle without me by her side. I read the letter over and over again, trying to make sense of the words, trying to understand how someone could do such a thing and still expect forgiveness. But in the end, I found myself unable to resist the pull of our connection. Despite everything, I found myself forgiving her. Not because what she has done was right, but because I realized that forgiveness was the only way for me to truly move on, to find peace in my own heart. So I wrote her back, telling her that while I could never forget what had happened, I was willing to try and rebuild our relationship, if she was. And so began the slow process of healing, of learning to trust again, of rebuilding the foundation of our love. It wasn't easy, and there were many times when I doubted if we could ever truly move past the pain. But somehow, through it all, we managed to find a way back to each other. We learned to appreciate the small moments, to cherish the love we shared, and to never take it for granted again. And while the scars of our past will always be part of us, we have learned to embrace them, to use them as a reminder of the strength and resilience of our bond. We have traveled the world together, creating memories that will last a lifetime. We have started a family, and the joy we feel when we look into the eyes of our children is immeasurable. They are a testament to the love we share, to the second chance we've been given. And as we watch them grow, as we see our love reflected in their every smile and laugh, we know that we made the right decision to give our relationship a second chance. Of course, there are still moments when the pain creeps back in, when the what-ifs and the might-have-beens threaten to overwhelm us. But in those moments, we hold each other close and we remember that we are stronger together than we'd be apart. We remind ourselves that we have chosen to love each other, to forgive each other and to move forward. And as long as we have each other, there is no limit to what we can achieve, no obstacle we can't overcome. Our love is not without its flaws, its scars, its imperfections, but it is real, it is genuine, and it is ours. And as we continue to navigate the unpredictable waters of life, we know that no matter what the future holds, we will face it together, hand in hand, forever grateful for the second chance we've been given. And there you have it, folks, another incredible story from real life stories that reminds us of the resilience of the human spirit. We hope this journey has touched your heart and sparked a newfound appreciation for the power of forgiveness and second chances. If you were moved by today's story, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and loved ones. And remember to subscribe to our channel for more captivating real-life tales that will keep you on the edge of your seat. We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts, reflections, and personal experiences in the comments below. Your stories are what makes this community so special, and we love hearing from each and every one of you. Until next time, stay strong, stay compassionate, and always remember that love has the power to conquer even the greatest of obstacles. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we can't wait to see you again soon for another unforgettable real-life story. Take care, and may your hearts be filled with love and hope. Goodbye for now.